Hello everyone and welcome to our Wednesday night Facebook Live. I noticed some of you guys already remembered. Very, very nice. Hi Joanne and Rise and Ann. Great to see you folks. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Hope everyone is having a great week and are feeling like they're kind of over the hump. I wanted to share a card I got in the mail today from my friend Mary, and the little feet go back and forth. There they go. Isn't that cute? I don't know how it works. I turned it over here and she says she used the candy cane dies to do it. So I have no idea how that is done, but they just hang and swing when you tilt the card. And I love it. I love it. And this is a fun fold card. Has a cool design. Whether you're a good witch or a bad witch, it's all about the shoes. Best witches. Isn't that adorable? I love it. I love it. Now, as soon as I find out how Mary made this, I will definitely share with my Stampin' Peeps. But till that happens, I'll share that she used the Bewitching bundle. That is on page 57 in the mini. It has a stamp set and a hat punch right there. And then it has some really pretty glitter. Let's see. She used some of the glitter washi tape right here on the inside. Isn't that cool? Love it. Thank you so much, Mary. That's so sweet. Such a cute card. All righty. Very good. All right. Back to our project for this evening. We are going to be making a pop-up card using the Storybook Gnomes. Here's the card. On the front, I use the Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And then when you open it, I'll have to tilt it this way a little bit, it pops up. So you have your little gnome family and their little house behind them. And I actually found a stamp from another Christmas set that says, "From our home to yours." I just thought that was perfect for this one. Hey Joanne, welcome. See, if you look here, I'll try to show you the best here. You can see that I made two little pop-ups, I call them, and they kind of stack on each other, and that allows you to pop things up and kind of make like a little landscape scene. Oh, cool, Mary. You're going to have to show me soon. I want to make my gnomes dance, and then I can share it with all our friends here. All right, so let's go ahead, and I'll show you how simple it is to make this cute little card. And then you can always apply the pop-ups to any different kind of paper and make it with any kind of designer series paper you have. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, before we do, let me go ahead and review very quickly the products I'm going to be using tonight. Hi, Renee. Happy Wednesday. You remembered. You're awesome. All right, we have our cute little gnome stamp set. This is a red rubber set. Very, very cute little gnomes, a little gnome house, and some great little sentiments. Then we have the coordinating die cuts. All right, then the star of the show is the paper. This paper is so great. I love it. And what's great with the Stampin' Up! Paper, it allows you to use your die cuts to cut out some of the houses and some of the little gnomes. I want to call them dwarfs, but they're gnomes. All right, and that is the products we're going to be using this evening to make the card. And as always, there will be a PDF that you can download and print from my blog that has all the dimensions and all the products that I'm using in this project this evening. And my blog is www.thewexfordstamper.blogspot.com. So go over there and check out some of my creations from the past few months. All right, so let's go ahead and move this over here, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, your card base is going to be a piece of soft suede. I love this color, so pretty. And it is cut at 4.5 by 11. So this one is a little bit different than our usual ones that have the fold on the side. This one is going to be a top folding card. So we're going to put it in our scoring board, and we're going to score at 5.5. This side, 5.5. There we go. Put that away for now. And now we have some paper that we need to put on. Okay. Now I pulled in 2 papers here that I really like. This one I'm going to put on the front. And then I thought this one was cute to put on the inside, and it's kind of the background behind the little gnomes. It looks kind of like a whole gnome neighborhood. So I thought that would be a cute one to put behind there. So let's go ahead, and we're going to put this one on the front first. We're just going to go ahead and use our liquid glue or whatever adhesive you like. Okay. We'll go ahead and put this right on the front. Like that. Okay. Now I'm not going to do anything else on the front for now. We're going to get back to that at the end after we make our little pop-up. All right, now I'm going to put this one in here, right there. We've got to put in our insides before we make the pop-ups because they're glued to those. And now we're going to go ahead and giving me some trouble today. There we go. All right. Had a busy day today. And Mary knows, but I got myself an embroidery machine. And it sews too. But I have been playing a little bit. There we go. Now it's coming out. And I've been having a blast. And I'm also working on this month's card kit. So I have been very busy, but it's the good kind of busy. All right, so there's the little gnome neighborhood. Then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put our insert in here. Okay, now before I do that, I want to do my stamping. And if you remember, I said I used a stamp from another stamp set. It says from our home to yours. And I just thought that was perfect for the card, since we had the little gnomes homes. That one is in the Leaves of Holly. This is one that's still available. And I, in fact, did a card kit with this one not too long ago, but it has this from our home to yours. So I thought that was super cute. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab my Balmy Blue, which is one of the coordinating colors for our Storybook Gnome Suite. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp it kind of toward the middle of the insert because we're going to be gluing our little pop-up mechanism towards the top. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to glue that right there. Okay, here we go. My glue is being difficult today because I haven't stamped in a couple of days. Come on, you. Give it to me. All right, here we go. That's better. Okay, so this one is going to go right here. All right, so that is done for now. Okay, we have the front and we have the background piece and we have our insert. So we're going to put that aside for now, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to build these two little pop-up mechanisms. Okay, they're really super simple. All you're going to need are two pieces of the soft suede. I just made it the same color as the card base, so it kind of blends in with everything. So let's work on the first one. This is the larger pop-up. This piece is cut at 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, gonna bring in my scoring board. I'm gonna put the 5-inch side along the top. Okay, and I am gonna score every inch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then I'm going to take the smaller pop-up. This piece is cut at 2 by 3 1/2. I'm going to put the long 3 1/2 side against the top, and I'm going to score at 1/2, 1 1/2, and 2. Okay, 1/2, 1 1/2, 2, and 3. Sorry about that. 1/2, 1 1/2, 2, 3. Okay, so now we can put our scoring board away here. I'm going to grab my bone folder and I'm going to fold these score lines very, very well, because we're building something here that needs to really be well creased. Okay, and let me go ahead and grab the larger one. Okay, we've got those all creased. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to build them. All right, so let's go ahead and grab our glue. And the way we do this is we put them together separate from the card, and then we kind of build them on top of each other. Okay, so we're going to first take this one and pick either end. It doesn't matter. You're going to go ahead and put glue on the entire panel. Okay, then I'm going to turn it over and just going to take my other side and glue that down. And what I've created kind of is a prism that has a hole in the top and the bottom. Okay, and every side of this is 1 inch. Okay, so it's kind of like a little prism but there's no ends to it. So that means it'll be able to fold and open when the card is opened and closed. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with the second one. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put glue on either end, doesn't matter. Gonna fold it back over and grab the other end. And so the two end panels are gluing themselves together. Same thing. Now this one's gonna be not square. Okay, this one's gonna be a little bit more rectangular. Okay, one side is a little bigger. Yes, Cheryl, it should be coming shortly. I will let you know as soon as I get it. You're gonna love it. All right, so now I've got my two little pop-up mechanisms. So I'm gonna grab my card again, and I am going to put some glue on. Doesn't matter which side you choose. Pick a side, put glue on there. Now, I'm gonna lift this up and I'm going to put this fold right in against the fold of the card. Okay, now you don't want it to be right on it or it won't be able to close, but very, very close. And you can go ahead and put it down flat. Okay, it's not going to hurt your mechanism, but that helps you get a little more force on your glue. All right, so there I have that ready to go. But now I'm going to have to glue it to the back section. So fold it back down. You want to put glue on this section here. And then what you're going to do is just close the card and just push down on it. Okay, and there you have your first pop-up is ready. Okay, now you don't want to pull the card open too far until it really dries well. And in fact, when your recipient opens it, they're going to want to sit it on their desk or whatever, like in a 90-degree angle anyway. So that's step one with your pop-ups. Okay, now we're going to put on our second pop-up. Okay, now this one is going to connect to the larger one. You can see right here. They're going to be stacked on top of each other. This one is going to be stacked with the smaller 1/2 inch end. Okay, so that's what we're going to do first. We're going to pick one of the 1/2 inch ends and we're going to go ahead and put a little glue on it. Now I put it over to the left because I liked having my little mushroom house over to the left behind the family. So I put it to the left, not quite to the end of this one. So I'm going to just set it right there. And the glue will give you a little bit of time to move it around if you need to. Okay. And then once you have that where you want it, you can put the glue on the back side. Okay. And then you can carefully close it again. And there you have it. It's kind of like a little stair step. Everybody see that? Yep. Yes, it is. At first I was just trying to put all 3 items right along the one pop-up and it was too squished. Like the house was too close to them. So I said, I'm going to make a second one in the back. That'll make them look like they're standing in front of the house. And that worked. It was easy. I wasn't sure how it would work, but I just made a second pop-up. All right, so now we have our pop-ups in. And we're going to go ahead and get our little fellas. Now, you know that I have taken my die cuts and I have cut out, there's 2 full pages of mushrooms and 2 full pages of little gnomes that you can cut out. So I've taken time to go through and do a lot of cutting. Using the die cut gives you a nice clean cut around your gnomes, but you can always fussy cut. All right, so let's see. Here are my husband and wife gnomes right there. Okay, and let's see, now I need to pick a house. Let's see, I picked a, yeah, I think I'm going to do the same. Since all the houses in the background are this color, I'm going to stick with that color as well. So these are the 3 pieces that we're going to add to our pop-ups. So first, we're going to put it on the taller one. Now, you want to be careful when you put your dimensionals on that you're not putting them too high up on your mushroom or they'll stick to the back of the card. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're don't have any dimensionals higher than your pop-up. So the best way to do that is to put the dimensionals right on the pop-up. Then there's no way you can get them in the wrong spot. Okay, and then you can be a little gentle with your pick tool and pull off those little backings. And then you can go ahead and put your little mushroom right up there. Okay, so I'm going to take my mushroom house and I'm going to place it right there on those dimensionals. Okay. Now look what I've done here. I put it too low and it's crunching the bottom of my mushroom. So I'm going to raise it up. So word of warning, don't put the mushroom right down to the edge like I did, because that way it's going to smush the bottom. So that's much better. Okay, that's working a lot better and it looks fine there. But don't put it down that it's touching the lower pop-up, or you might have some crumbling or folding there. Yeah, that's right, they are. Hey, not there. No way that there can be too many people wearing Clemson colors, right? Big game today, this weekend with Syracuse, so we're excited. All right, now I'm just going to go ahead and put a couple of the dimensionals on the bottom half of my little gnomes, okay? And we're going to go ahead and put our Mrs. Gnome over here, and she covers up the house a little bit, but not too much. Okay, so there she is standing, and that would be cute. Oh, I forgot something. Mrs. Gnome, have to wait over here for a second. I wanted to add something to the front here, so I took a piece of the beautiful white glimmer paper, and I made a cute little snowbank. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to just take a scissors and kind of free cut a little snowbank. Just so there's something behind there. Because I noticed there was snow in the ones in this picture, so I thought that would be a great idea. So I'm going to go ahead and take my little glimmer paper that I cut my snow. And I'm going to just go ahead and lay that right here on the front of the pop-up. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this at the edge. You can leave it if you want it a little longer. It's really up to you. I'm cutting mine so it's the same length as the pop-up. All right, now we're talking. Now it's time to put our little gnomes on. Okay, and we'll put our little lady gnome right here in the snow. Oops, looks like she's sinking in the snow there. Let's try this. That's better. So there she is standing in front. And then we'll put Mr. Gnome beside her. And they're holding hands, of course. And there is your scene. Is that so adorable? So easy to put together. You can just amaze your friends. Okay, and it closes very easy. There is some thickness in this one. So this one might be something, if you're going to send it in the mail, you may have to pay a little extra postage because your thickness up by the fold is more than usual. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish our front. Now, I looked at the front of this and I knew I wanted to put a cute little saying, but I'm like, I don't want to cover up all these cute little pictures. So I just made a little banner with a little bit of the glimmer paper behind it. So it only covered up one of the little animals. And because I thought the paper was really the star of the show here. Okay, so thank you, Rise. Thank you, guys. I'm glad you love it. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to grab, this is a 5/8 inch piece of basic white, and this is a 3/4 inch piece of the glimmer paper. So I'm going to go ahead and do my stamping first. And this stamp actually is in the gnome set. This one says, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So if you want to send a gnome Christmas card, they've got a great sentiment for that. I'm going to go ahead and grab my balmy blue again. And we're going to go ahead and stamp. See how I do today. Okay, you can do it, Barb. There we go. Looks good. Shoo! All right, now before I put it on. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut a little banner flag right here. Remember how I do it, gang? I go in from the side middle and then up to that point from the top and the bottom corners. Makes your cute little flag. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and mount it on my little piece of white glimmer paper and cut around the edges at the flag. All right, so let's go ahead and put this here, and you're going to have a pretty little bit of glimmer all the way around your banner. Love this paper. I love this glimmer paper because it doesn't come off. If you ever get glimmer paper at one of those craft stores, sometimes you get home and you have more glitter in your bag than you do left on the paper. And Stampin' Up! Is so good with all their glitter paper, you're not going to get a handful of it on yourself. So I really love that about it as well. So there we go. There is our banner all done. Okay, let's bring in our card. This is the last part. And I'm going to grab just a few more dimensionals. And that's going to go right on your card. Now, I tried to find a spot where I was not covering anything, but the best place I could find was up here where the gnome was kind of going off the page already. So we weren't going to be covering too much, but we still had all the moose and the little foxes. So cute. So that's really all I did on the front. I didn't want to cover anything. So it's pretty plain, but boy, they'll get the big finish when they open it up and see your pop-up on the inside. So that's the project. Pretty easy, gals. I bet you guys could do it easily. All right, I did want to share, I don't like my paper to go to waste, and I know once I move on from my gnomes, the paper might sit for a while. So I try to come up with an idea that I can use up some of my things. And what I did is I went through and I cut out pieces of paper from the DSP that didn't have the gnomes or the mushrooms on at a 4 by 5 1/4, and I just mounted them on these cards. Okay, and then with all of the mushrooms and all of the gnomes, I made a whole bunch of cards, and I kind of mixed up the sentiments. Here's one that says warm wishes. This one has a gnome and a mushroom house. You can kind of do whatever you like, but use it up and make all these cards. You could leave it blank if you don't want to put any sentiment on, but then you'll have a lot of cards ready to go. And if you go ahead and cut out all of your little gnomes and all your little mushroom houses, you can go ahead and put them right on the front of the cards, and that will make a big stack of adorable cards pretty quick. All right, so that was just something I wanted to add and let you know about. Use up that paper. So, alrighty, well, that is all for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the Facebook Live on Wednesday. I've got lots of friends here, and I really am happy that the Wednesday is working for so many people. Yes, I am a use up the paper girl, okay? It's lovely to have a collection of it, but it's really great if you can make cards and send them to people. So, remember, the card and the video that we're just finishing up here, and my PDF will all be on my blog in a few minutes after I finish up here, and I want you guys to try it. If you try it, go ahead and post it on my VIP page. I'd love to see what you do, and I'm going to be getting with Mary here very shortly and figuring out how to make those cool witch legs that swing. That's really neat. So we will be back together next Wednesday, and have a wonderful week. I understand it's going to be getting warmer as the week goes on, so that sounds good. And have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Thanks again. Bye now.